Hello everyone. This will be your first time streaming game development. Welcome, welcome. I'm making my game called Who's Afraid? With Geometric Shapes. It's a work in progress title. Initially it was called Shape Survivors. It became Survival Light. And now I'm settled on this name, for now at least. This will be my first time showcasing it to the public. I've only showed it to friends and people in Discord server communities. So this right here is a sequence I'm working on. If you're not familiar with sequences, it's basically like a montage thing where you put like sprites and you can work with them by using a timeline. In GameMaker, GameMaker is the software I'm using. I am not super familiar. I am getting familiar with it now, but like I started this software in January. Actually no, before the new year. It was like December 26th, something like that. That's when I started learning the software and making this game. Um, no further ado, let me just show you how it looks like for now. And I have a few things in the room that I will not touch, but because I'm testing. But this game is like a survivor, Vampire Survivors like, but with shapes, because they're easy to make and easy to design characters for. You know, and it's got this lighting system very similar to, I can play with controller too already. Very similar to, what is it called? 20 Minutes Until Dawn. And I have damage. I have a little level upgrade system where you get some weapons. Right now there are 5 weapons in the game that I made. Some of them are pretty similar to Vampire Survivors, like the X weapon. But its upgraded version, I'm gonna make it different. There's also the increase your luck for a chance of more options. In Vampire Survivors, there's only one more option that you get. But in this game, I'll make another row of options appear. So let's get the Crescent weapon, which is the first original weapon I made. It's kind of like a moon weapon. And I'm gonna have the sprites update over time. On their portraits and on the actual weapon itself. And they will get more detailed over time. Like the crescent will just be like a crescent shape, and then it will start getting the characteristics of a moon, a crescent moon. And then the final upgrade, which will change the weapon itself, will make it an actual full moon. So here's the rhombus weapon. Here's the wax weapon, and here's the arrow weapon. I'm thinking of getting rid of the arrow weapon because it's basically the fireball weapon from Vampire Survivors. It's not very exciting. I want there to be an actual fireball weapon, but it will be like a flamethrower weapon, where it was like spray instead of shooting just the arrows. But I haven't worked on that yet. I've been fairly busy with university and becoming an insurance broker. I'm doing a course for that, so I'm just kind of like I really don't wanna. I'm getting really tired like during the day. Like I have class every day basically, and I work as well. So like whenever I'm at home, I'm just like I just want to play games. But I'm trying to come back to making this game. First, I planned it to release way earlier than it is, but I just kept working on it, and I saw that it takes way longer to make games, and I kept having new ideas that I wanted to do for the game itself. And there's this little thing, this little bouncy thing. It's just a little squishy thing that you can do, like a little, just a little. You know how in games sometimes, like for example, in Smite, they give you like the ability to jump, but it doesn't do anything. Like it's just a little like cosmetic thing that you can do. Like at first, actually, there was a bug where you could like jump and kind of like make CC weaker, but then they fixed it, and now it doesn't affect the gameplay at all. So it's kind of like that. Like I'm not sure actually if it actually like makes my hurt box smaller. I don't think so. My hurt box is pretty generous here. Um, yeah, I have a bunch of ideas for this game. Here's a X weapon, and for now it's just like I'm just like seeing what the other games of the genre does, and I'm kind of like doing that or something similar to it, you know, and just trying to implement all the base stuff that a game needs, you know, before like, well, Not necessarily. I was trying to like find the fun first on the game, but now I'm just like, oh, there are certain stuff that I need before I can actually continue the development, and it's just stuff that every game of the genre is oops, which kind of like dismotivated me a little bit, I'd say. Like for example, I had to do like the whole like full wave system for this, so I had to like create new characters, think of like the waves itself, and that's not as nearly exciting as of like thinking of like weapons, you know. There's also like level design that I have to think of because this is just a box, you know. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to make like an infinite world like Vampire Survivors. It's really tough. It's really not worth doing it, especially after I played 20 minutes until dawn. And that game doesn't seem to have an infinite world. Maybe on the first stage, but there are 2 stages, domes, and they're totally fine. Let's get the arrow weapon here. So what is that thing in the middle right there? You must be asking. That thing in the middle is a little light that you can collect. And that light will give you a light around the character. And certain enemies will spawn this light when you defeat them. And the more light you have, the easier it is to see, right? And the easier it is to see, the easier it is to avoid the enemies. But I plan to not all stages will have this. You know, as you evolve through the game, or as you progress through the other stages, for now there will only be for 4 stages, different stages. You will see new gimmicks in each stage, besides the kill a bunch of enemies gimmick, which is not really a gimmick; it's the main gameplay loop. I'm trying to get that. See, another one spawns because I killed the boss. Boss is that triangle, the really scary looking triangle with the red aura, red outline. And there's also that other glass looking thing that I haven't picked up because that will basically soft lock the game right now. But it's something that I've been working on for a little bit, and it's really important, so I'm giving it like as much time as I can. You know what, like in Vampire Survivors, when you collect the treasure chest, it does the fanfare thingy of like when you open it and it goes. I'm making that my own version of it, obviously. I still don't know how the song is gonna be, but I'm making something that will activate your neurons, fire them up, and make you happy when you collect them. There you go. There's the little orb corrected, the light orb. Some slimes showing up. You got the square guys trying to kill me. This game will have a story, I think. If I don't like say nah, game is good enough. But there will be at least a basic like cutscene to give you a motivation to go for the game, I'd say. So there we go. See, even bigger. I don't know if you noticed, but the X weapon changed its appearance. It's slowly becoming more, resembling more something than just a shape. And pretty soon the waves are gonna be over here because oops, there you go. So this is the perfect time to show this. As you can see, it changes based on my controller input. So if I press anything here, like a direction, it becomes X. If I press my mouse button or any other button in my keyboard, it becomes space, right? And that's just a little tutorial of what you have to do here. Whenever you find a georb, it's kind of like the chest, but instead it's a little bit harder to break or open up. So if it's a level 1 chest, oops, my bad. It's a level 1 chest, you have to press X once, and then X twice, and it will break. And when you press X once, you can see there's a little sparkly thing, little sparkly orb right in the middle there, and that sparkly orb in the middle is the actual upgrade. It's gonna be a Geo upgrade, right? And this Geo will give you different effects. They won't be like Vampire Survivors where the effects are very minimal until you like fully upgrade them. I think they're gonna be more like Magic Survival, where like it's a very noticeable effect on whenever you find a relic. But I haven't coded it yet to have different levels of Jorbs. So for now, there's only the ultimate Jorb. Every Jorb is the ultimate Jorb for now. Then I'll have it randomly be spawned, which one you get, right? And so in a regular one, you would just press X once and then X twice, and it would break. But since we have a level 3, we can press X again, and you see 2 more Jarbs have showed up, little Geo Hiddens. That's what I call them in the code. Light Geos. And this will have like actual different appearances whenever this gets broken. This the fanfare and actually shows you, like it's a secret until like it actually shows you at the end of the animation, just like Vampire Survivors, what you will get. And a level 2 Georb or a medium rarity Georb would end here, and then the next press would be the break, right? But with this one, it's a level 3, so I can press it again, and you can see it broke even more. And there's 5 in total, and this is the final one, and the best Georb that you can get, right? Which will give you 5 different upgrades, which will be massive, extremely rare. So if you press X or space, works both ways. It will play the animation. It's unfinished, but it's okay. It's a work in progress. It's probably what I'm going to be working on today, and it's that what you saw at the beginning of the stream. So there you go. That's all there is to the animation right now. It goes into the air, right? And then you see the speed lines, which are generated through a particle effect, through a simple sprite. So it's this particle effect right here that utilizes the sprite. It tells the size of the X, the Y. The size of the X is just 1, 2, 3, which would be 1 pixel to 3 pixels. And this goes from 16 to 64, which is, I think I have 4, so 4 times 16, and then 4 times 64 pixels. And then there's a region, which is the entire screen. These are hard-coded numbers. I still haven't thought. I'm not coding in a way where like it will adapt to every screen size yet. I'll have to go back and fix some of these. Some of them is automatically fixed by GameMaker, but I imagine the majority isn't. And then it's just stream, where it actually tells you how many will spawn per tick, which is 2. And then the particle effects get cleaned up here once it's done, and it's never done at this point, so there's nothing that tells it to end. And there's a step which plays the sound and the particle effects, yada yada. There's a flash, a timer. All this stuff I learned from tutorials online, and sometimes I just thought of it myself based on things I've seen, and or like threads that I go to, like, how do I do this? And then I'm like, oh, I can do this and this and this and this and this. So I have the sequence here. It spawns in the sequence layer. This draws the sprites with each press. The little twinkle sprite behind the Geohidden, right, as well, and it rotates. And this is the flash. It draws the flash, which is just a completely white sprite. And this plays the sequence. It checks to see if the frame equals 4, which is the frame I'm saying frames, but it's like frame 0, it starts with frame 0, which is when you don't press anything, and it goes from frame 1, frame 2, frame 3, and then frame 4. And once it reaches frame 4, it plays the sequence. And then there's nothing that tells you to, if you press it again, it will go to the end of the sequence, because there's no end of the sequence yet. But there will be an end of the sequence. So it just plays, and then as soon as it gets to frame 5, which is what I did a little mock-up of the animation here. At first I was going to use this entire sprite, but then I realized, oh no, there's a sprite limit. I'm kind of dumb. But it serves as a mock-up. So this is kind of what I had mocked up. So you can see I actually like hand animated the orb breaking, you know, as a unique sprites that seen for 1 frame, and then I just separated each of the glass and actually pulled it to the sides, and it breaks to the side. And I moved all of this with my hand, and it took way longer than it should have, but I think it looks nice. And as you can see, these are already, they start their like a little animation, the squash and stretch, and then they go and fly and fly and fly and fly and fly. And these are animated. I was doing this by hand, and no bueno, no bueno, trust me. Easier to do is a particle effect. It didn't. I needed to like do some adjusting to the sprite itself, but and to the particle, but it's worth doing it. Here's the particle of the speed line. So as you can see, it's all on the particle, like the on the sprites. I mean, the particle just displays the sprite plays, and then it ends as soon. It disappears as soon as the animation is played. There's no movements. There's no making it bigger or smaller. It's all there. So there's more artistic control over it, instead of like having to mess with the numbers and on the code and having to open it up and see. You just have it all here. Especially because it's like, oh, it's a very tiny sprite. It's like this many frames, so like it's literally like super small, super small. So it's no biggie. The actual break of the georb is huge. As you can see, it's a 1920 by 1080, but it's the only sprite that I have in the sequence that works like that. So I think it's fine. This was my dog. So yeah. I have a lot of different enemies already. These guys didn't show up because I picked up the orb, but everyone has a little flesh sprites as well. For damage, it's better than doing like a shader flesh, because I'm pretty sure you need a draw on their codes, and if you have a draw on that many enemies, it starts to slow things down, which is no bueno. There's also this crazy guy. I'm just spitballing their designs. There's no like, oh, I'm doing like design fundamentals to make any of these. I'm just doing them. Different sprites of the... Jeez. Okay, let me shut up my dog real quick. BRB. got a snack as well. Okay, so now let's actually go let's actually do some game dev. I don't really need this preference anymore. I'm past the point, I think, where I was using this. I'm gonna close it up. Yeah, let's go back to the fanfare. Okay, just for practicality, just place back here. And okay. I have, so since I'm basing this on the Vampire Survivors fanfare, kind of having like thoughts about having it the same length or similar. And the fanfare in Vampire Survivors, the treasure trigger, according to the YouTube, or not according to you, but based on the video on YouTube of the song, the level 3 one, it's 19 seconds. And the first 3 seconds or 2 seconds is before the chest opens, it goes dun dun dun, and then it opens. There's a little fireworks at the beginning. I don't need the little fireworks parts, so I'm gonna make my 17 seconds. And I'm animating at 15 frames per second. Right. So every 60 frames, it's 4 seconds. Jeez, the camera is going crazy. Let me turn on this light. So every 60 frames, it's 4 seconds. So we have 8 seconds, 12 seconds, 16 seconds. So we need 255. And that's the end. So this is what we work on to now. So there's a lot to make still. There's a lot to go through. I'm thinking of adding more particle effects to it too. You know those little sparklies, the blue sparklies? I'm thinking of adding them shooting as well. Like they're fireworks, you know. From the sides maybe. Maybe as soon as this happens, frame 30, I can shoot it. So I would have to create a particle effect that actually shoots it too, which shouldn't be too tough. So let's make that now. Why not? Do I have an Ember Burst type? Let's make Ember F type as in fireworks. FW type. Equals part type create. Do I need a system for this? Probably not. Creates per system draw it. Yes, I would need a system for it. System MRFW system, and then part system creates. So now I need part type create as well. Let's just copy this. And an emitter, yeah, it will be an emitter. It will burst out. Emitter creates. Ember FW system. Ember FW emitter. Ember FW type. So next, I need. It's gonna be pretty similar to the burst type. Kind of copy most of the code here. So the type sprites will be SPRFX Ember. What is this? Oh, animation. It doesn't have any animations. So it's all driven by the code. This one. It kind of looks 3D too. Took me a little bit to actually get it, but like it's an effect that's like I'm really proud of. Where by using the size and the direction. I guess not the direction, the orientation. Yeah, the orientation. It makes it seem like the little. It's like actually confetti and it's like spinning. You know, the little ember, the blue ember particles. So no further ado, let's continue with this. So what is this? True. Choose a random sub-image. Yeah, I think I have it separated on sub-images. Yeah, there you go. So these are the particles. They look kind of random, but with the disparity on their luminosity, it makes it seem like it's a 3D shape. Of course, if you focus on one, you can see how the effect is done. But if you kind of like are just looking at the orb, it kind of seems like the things are, you know, actually rotating in a 3D space. Per type sprite. Then we have per type size. Sure. Yeah, let's copy this as well. And the size Y. I think these size X and size Y override it. But there's no reason to not have it this here. Doesn't hurt anyone. So let's change it to Ember FW type. Again. The orientation and the direction. Okay, so here's a problem. You probably have to create a different part type. One for the left size and one for the right size. That will determine where it's been shot. Maybe we could just make it shoot upwards. Let's have it shooting upwards then, first. So up in Game Maker is 90, I believe. Let's have 90. And then 90. I want it to rotate in place, but not rotate it. It's the direction that it's moving to. Angle relative. Our set is angle relative to the direction of the particle's motion. So we'll leave it on. There goes my dog again, barking. Okay, let's see. What else do I need? There's the color, the gravity. Oh, gravity is important here. And the speed, obviously. So, one high speed. So this is totally fine. FW. 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 And this will speed increase, no speed increase. Well, this would diminish its speed. That's fine. Let's grab these. Gravity 0.4 and had the alpha. Okay. Gravity direction is down. And then the lifetime and the color will be the same. Let's get all this tree. The lifetime might be longer than the burst. So let's go with chew, just to see. Let's just change the type here, FW type, FW type, FW type, FW type, and FW system. And those are the colors. And then we have to clean up the system. For system destroy. We go Ember FW system. And automatic draw is at false. And we find if layer sequence equals 30. Draw the part system. And this is, we basically like have it actually appear on the screen by saying it's draw it's false first. It doesn't automatically spawn when this object gets created. I mean, this object is the object that shows the menu. So instead, this would appear, all these would appear as soon as this object would be displayed on screen. However, if we say part system automatic draw false, we set it to false, right? On the particle system, this entire thing is a particle system that starts here and ends here. By saying this is automatic draw is set to false, it won't show on the screen, right? It won't actually appear. It will wait. It's basically waiting. And then we say draw it on the specific instance. So this is whenever the layer sequence or the sequence right here that I'm making, which is called sequence ID, if it's above or equal 30, we draw the line system, right? And where's the burst actually? B types as step. There you go. Part emitter burst. Right, particle system. Amber system. Okay. So let's, yeah, above 30 or equals 30, we say that it can be drawn. And I know this is not going to work perfectly, but I'm going to try it anyways. We'll do the burst here. Where is this? Number of particles to create. Because I feel like this will be on every frame of the sequence. And that's not what I want. I want it to happen only on that specific frame. So in sex, we can have the automatic draw be on, I think. Number FW. Number FW. What's the name of the emitter? MRFW emitter. Okay. Blue emitter. MRFW type. And let's say I want an issue. So let's see what happens. Nothing happened. Okay. Nothing happened. Why is that? Why is that? What am I doing with the line system that is actually showing up on fronts? Hmm. From automatic draw. Emitter stream. Oh, it's using a stream. Oh, wait. I didn't set up an emitter region. This is using the same emitter as... This emitter is actually here. Interesting. Okay. So I need to have an emitter. I need to create an actual emitter. Do I even need an emitter for this, actually? I kind of forgot how to do it without an emitter. So let's just do it with an emitter. Let's create the emitter here. Ember FW system, Ember FW emitter. And the X will be where am I determining the location of this? I guess through here, right? X minus 352, so the size of the screen is 1920 by 1080 or 1920 by 1080. So 960 to the side, 960. So let's have it at minus 960. Let's have it right in the middle, actually. X, Y. No, Y plus 540. Y plus 440. So they will be at the bottom. So this doesn't really matter because it will be tiny. Let's just go with linear and have it up here. Let's see if this works. MBRFW emitter not set before reading. Oh, wait. Wrong spot. It has to be here. Okay. There it is. There you go. It's emitting on every frame. Okay, so the orientation is going to be, let's have this shoot up 20, 34, no gravity, no drag, I guess. Let's have a little bit of drag, 0.01. Let's have the direction is different than the orientation. So let's have 110 and 80 or 70. And then, like I said, I don't want it to spawn on every frame. So flare sequence equals 30. And let's try to get rid of the automatic draw. So instead of like completely eliminating the line, I'm just gonna comment it out. And if I need it back in, I just can remove the symbol. Yeah, I think I need it. Or maybe the equals 30. It's happening too fast. Oh, maybe. Hmm. What is happening here? The system. Let's go back to this. There we go. We got the particles. Too many, but they're there. Towards ends. Smaller or equal 32. Wait, why can't I do that? Oh, I need to say. I need to say it again. Yeah, stop the current project to run a new one. Okay. Maybe we should have it automatic draw first in another spot. I think it's drawing behind everything. That's why. And then we need to draw it. Maybe we can draw it here. There you go. Okay. So it is kind of like fireworks. Kind of. But not quite. Try again. I don't like how it's visible, obviously. So let's have it underneath. Even more. 550. You could experiment with it being on the sides too. So let's move it. So let's move it to the left side. Minus 70. Minus 70. And I wonder if we can have two emitters with the same. So we can have fireworks left emitter and fireworks right emitter. Probably, right? It's left emitter. And then we have fireworks left emitter here. And then we will have another bursting out. Let's check if this works though. Let's actually have the values here too. The speed can be higher. I think the speed is fine actually. I think it needs a... Yeah, I think it's fine. Maybe a little bit more gravity. 7. And then we have it shoots to the side like this. So this would be 0. So like this way would be 0. This way would be 90. So we want it like this. So it would be like 60 to 75. So 60, oops, 60 to 75. Okay. And we can probably increase the final Y to be something like this. And to the left side a little bit more would be 980. It's an ellipse shape, linear distribution. Let's have Gaussian distribution. Okay, let's check. Much prefer doing this than actually working on the sequence. Something about the sequence is just so like tedious to do. Alright, that's kind of like it. It's kind of what I want. Kind of. I feel like I need some more particles in here. I'm looking at it again. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back here and make it smaller. So so it's comes from a point. Let's increase the speed actually to 48. 44. I think the gravity needs to be a little bit weaker. That's too much. We definitely want a high speed, but we also want it to diminish its speed very quickly. So maybe something like that. And want it to kind of float too. That's what fireworks do, right? Not enough speed diminishing. -1 maybe? This 45, 45, or 40. 40, yeah, 40 and then 41, just for a little bit of variance. And I think 75 is too much, so let's go 65. Maybe I should just keep it at 60. It's kind of like it. It's kind of like it. But it is separate more, spread more. Hmm. If I increase the... No, I want it to come from a center, right? Okay, let's try again. It's kind of squarey, which I don't like. It's kind of a square. But we might have to look at some reference. It's hard because like what kind of fireworks is that called? The ones that goes like maybe I just need to actually increase this again. From 55, maybe from 50 to 70. A bit more gravity. And the initial speed seems so slow. Still for some reason. Let me just check. Try to increase it. Yeah. That's kind of it. It's kind of. We're getting there. What's the... Gravity's only 0.4 here, but... The embers seem to fall. I guess because some embers are pointing downwards. Let's increase the gravity even more. 1. More speed. 60... Oh, not for 60. 60 and 64. Yeah. I like that way more. I like that way more. I kind of don't like the shape that it has, so the firework itself. It's already an ellipse shape, but it doesn't have room to breathe here, so yeah, let's make it 980 here. 80 here. And 560. Alright, let's see. Weird. You know what? I just needed it to be like this instead of having wideness, right? Oops. Also, the difference in speed helps. So, yeah, back to 60. Increase speed wiggle. Minus 0.0. Minus 0.1. Okay. Oh yeah, that's more like it. That's more like it. Okay. Wish there was a way to see this again fast. So 60, 40. Okay. What if it's pointing upwards though? I could have it go like, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Then like, boom, and then the one in the middle. Would be cool. And there would be many other emitters needed besides the left and right. Okay, let's make another one. Oh, but I would have to make another type one as well, right? Because I can't invert the emitter. It would be another type of particle. It's gonna be a different orientation. It has to be L type. So I need to create this many particles just to change their direction? I guess so, right? There's no way to change the direction of the emitter. Oh. It's gonna be a different particle. I'm almost done with the dried bananas. It's kind of limiting. I mean, I can change the region right at any time. I can have it burst too. More particles to create. Hmm. 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 Okay. I'm doing all these but yeah, there's no avoiding it. Let's see if that doesn't change anything. Well, I have to put the L's over everything. Type L. L. Actually, we could have kept the same system, right? No, it has to be after the sequence shows up. If only we could have this orientation be based on the emitter. Orientation and direction, because that's the only things that are going to change. Aside. W emitter. Fireworks as in left, and then we create system, create the emitter. Let's create the right emitter as well here. R emitter. Now I can create it down here. And then we make a type. Create. And then we go and copy all this. There we go. Change this to right side. Right. 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 Right type. Type. Right emitter. And this will be the opposite. Plus 960. And then plus 970. And then it will be the same here. And this will be negative. I'm not sure it works with negatives. So instead we do 180 minus 40, which would be 120 or 140. And then we do 180 minus 60, which would be 120. That's the only thing I change. Oh, that's to change one thing. And the emitter region, I guess. And then we have it burst at the same time. Maybe it needs less. Let's have let's go with 100. Let's see if this works. Okay, it works. Something funky with the one on the right though. Something funky going on with it. What's funky about it? plus 9060. It's 70. Oh no, it has to be the same. 70. Still funky. Still funky. I think it's that. This is min and max. Okay, there we go. Okay. That's more like it. That's more like it. Still not 100% on this. Still feel like it could look better. I'm not sure what I can do here. Let's look at the treasure jingle. Ads. It'd be nice if I could make particles that bounced off on the sides, like that. I'm not sure I can do that. I'm not sure how to do that even. I imagine those are actual particles, right? And not just like hands animated. That'd be insane. It'd be too many frames. Yeah. They have to be particles that are bouncing on the sides. There might be a way to do that in Game Maker. They aren't actual particles then, they would be objects then, or physics. I imagine in the Game Maker. Let's just look at it again. Something about it is still not right. One more time. Maybe this appears too fast. Gravity. It's like an Earth. Let's see here. Oh, I have to change the one up here too. One. Then. Oh, this is the end alpha of a particle. 9. Maybe it needs more speed. Or maybe my speed variance as well. 60 and 80. Okay, let's try it out. Hey, I like that more. I like them more. I like those. I like those, man. I like these. What the hell? Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Oops. Now, let's increase the total lifetime. 2 seconds might be fine. Up to 3 seconds. 2 to 3 seconds. Let's play those. Gusto. 7. And 0.7. And now, yeah. The amounts as well. I think it's fine. Why not more though? Why not more? Let's go 192 and 192. What's up, Alberta John? Welcome. Alright, let's see it. Yeah, I like that. Kind of forms a square shape though. It's much more noticeable with the increased amount of sprites. So let's set it at 100 again. Doing great. Working on my first solo game. This is technically the 3rd month. I'm not counting last month really, because I really didn't develop much. This would be the 3rd month of development. Working on a fanfare state. I guess fanfare state. When you collect, it's basically imagine. Yeah, it's my own game. Yes. So basically, imagine like Vampire Survivors, treasure chest collecting. If you never played it, it's something like this. I'm trying to create a similar fanfare moment when you collect the G-Orb in the game, which is the relic that will upgrade your character. And I'm making some particle effects right now. But they look kind of squarey, so I'm trying to fix that. Maybe a bigger difference in speed will help with that. Because they're being shot from the sides. So let's have more sprites again. 150 maybe. 128. Yeah, 128. 128. Thanks, Alberta. Yep. So let's check it out. I'll show you the game a little bit before I test this. So this is how the game looks like. Based on the title of the stream, it's called "Who's Afraid of Geometric Shapes." It's like you can see a Vampire Survivors like slash 20 Minutes Until Dawn, but there will be some differences to it. Like you will not only upgrade your character and upgrade or find new characters. You're an artist? Nice. I'm also an artist. Welcome. Yeah, you can upgrade your character and you also upgrade the state of the game. Like, you will upgrade the game itself. Which I think is pretty interesting. Like, for example, the game will start as grayscale. And then it will become, like, colored once you get something. So here's how the game looks like. I have particle effects for hits and stuff. And it's dark like this because it's kind of like a 20 minutes until dawn, and then you find like lights. And then you can see more, and enemies will spawn the lights and stuff. Let me go test the thing I wanted to test. There you go. There you go. I think I like that. What kind of artists? I mean, kind of like, I started with 3D art, which is weird. That's what I was interested in. So I make like 3D models and stuff in Unreal Engine. Like I've made scenes, I've made materials with Substance Designer, Photoshop, all kinds. And I kind of like drawing as well, but just like pretty basic stuff. I'm not like a big like, oh, concept artist, or I make like a bunch of like drawings on Twitter like that, you know. I just make more simple pixel stuff usually, and then sometimes I have a need to make more drawn stuff in real life, so I make those. Right now I'm really focused on the game itself and not on making any different types of arts, you know. What kind of artist are you, Alberta? I know what I can do here. Let me try having... No, the difference here actually was kind of jarring. Maybe I can increase the difference on the size. So 540 here. 540 here. I would love to show you my work. Okay, sure. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, that's looking better. That's looking better. Let me actually back here. Can I get your Discord? No, thank you. I've had many people trying to scam me through Discord. So I don't even know you just joined the stream. So no, I'm sorry. Let's see here. MRB type. No, it's under F. Fireworks L type. Speed. Can I whisper you my portfolio? Sure. That's totally fine. 60 and then 90. Yeah, I guess I just need more emitters. Let's have this back at 40. Have a look on Whisper. Okay, I'll see it later. Right now I'm streaming. All right. Let's see. 50, 80, 50, 80. Let's make another emitter and have it shoot at a different frame. So extra emitters. So we have the FWR emitter. And then let's make Amber FWR 1 or 2, I guess. Let's just skip the 1. Emitter. Wait. For this new shooter. Engraçado. Part emitter creates. So that will be the right side. And then we set the region here of the emitter. I don't have to have it all the way down here, but it's fine. Our emitter. And the X will be 900. And the size will be 550 to 560. I think that's good. And then we'll call it in here at the same time. R2 emitter. Let's see if it works. Yeah. Okay. I have an idea. Let's have it higher, actually. Let's have it higher. 70. And we have it at 500. And 520. Actually, I want more of a difference, so 480. 500. Check it out. Hmm. 400. 420. Yeah. Okay. That's more like it. Maybe shoot at different intervals too. I can have it behind as well, like having like this. So oops. So have it. This is the difference of. I don't really care about having a perfect difference, but let's have it. Damn it. Do I have to calculate this? Like the ratio? I don't want to do it. I don't want to calculate this ratio, so let's just have it at 1,200, 1,170. I guess the difference is 140 there. $140 and 140, yeah. So maybe the difference here should be 140 as well. So plus 140 would be this. Oops. I can't hear the audio in the game, I think. Because I'm using display capture. Yeah, you cannot. But it's totally fine. Okay, okay. It might be cooking here. It might be cooking. We might be cooking. Let's make another one for the other side. We might cook. Cook. True emitter. And what do we do here? We just create another emitter region. Bow, 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 bow. Zoop. And bam. And bam. 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 Choo. 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 Now let's take this and make another emitter appear at the correct time. Achoo, emitter, and there we go. I think this might be it for tonight's stream. Game development's hard, man. Didn't get much accomplished. Cool. Very cool. Very cool. Maybe it could happen sooner? Maybe... it could happen in frame like 26 instead? Huh? That looks a little bit different that time. Oh. True emitter. Okay. Hmm. Not sure. Not sure about that. Not sure about that one. Chief. Maybe at 30 will still be fine. Let's try 31. Whoa. Draw 31. You could also have it in different frames. So it could be a difference of 2 frames. So this would be 30. And then we have it happen again. 32. And we have this one. Take it out. We open the brackets. Put it in. Close the brackets. Create some space. Just for readability. Get this one. Right? Try it out. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Good stuff. Ah! Destroy everything. Every time I press the button, it creates a shake. Could be a 1 frame difference even. I might keep it extra. One frame distance seems kind of good too. Okay. Yeah, that will be it for tonight. Before I get down in a downward spiral, I have class soon. I'll rest a little bit from the computer because I'm gonna have to sit for 2 hours anyways. Yeah, probably next time we'll work on this. Just sit till it goes towards the end. I need to have the other orbs also come in a fun way. Maybe they'll come in like shoo shoo shoo, or they'll like go zooping like shoo, and then they come back shoo, you know. I can also have more emitters just like shooting upwards all the way to the top, or maybe they'll go like ta 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 ta, you know. Might be too silly. Might be too much. But it's supposed to be too much because it's a, you know, it's a fanfare. It's supposed to simulate your eyes. I'm just testing at 32 again. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's too much of a gap there between. 31 is better. 31 is definitely better. Alright. That's gonna be it. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye. Like and subscribe.